Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts Italian campaign. Oh, I forgot to say buongiorno. That's how I'm supposed to start the episodes now. Anyway, it's January 1917. Well, the Austrians are not really getting anywhere with their land invasions of my territory, but they are sooner or later gonna lose Hungary to this Soviet invasion, unless they get a peace treaty or something with the Soviets. In the meantime, my own ships didn't really do that hot versus the very tough Austrian dreadnoughts that have, in addition to just having a lot of armor, they are also Austrian ships, and Austrian ships have very high resistance stats, which just makes them very tough. Italian ships being the opposite. The hulls I have available just do not have that high resistance stats, so they are in general not that tough, which is why I am kind of focusing on battlecruisers. Also, because my own rule, I'm limiting the number of battleships I'm allowed to build. But I think these new battlecruisers will do quite well once they come into service. They are only armed with Mark II guns though, 14-inch still, but only Mark II. I do not yet have the Mark III 14s. I'm researching Mark II 16s now. That's going to take 10 months. And who knows what we're going to be researching after that. So yeah, let's just go to next month and see what happens. The Austrians have offered me a peace treaty. I declined. I am winning in terms of victory points. So yeah, let's go to the next month. And I think this turn should load quite quickly, because yeah, there we go. We are early on in the campaign, and the game hasn't had time to make itself slow yet. I say, as it's stuck on building new ships. There we go. The war continues, and I did see the Austrians scrapping one of their battleships. China is mobilizing. Red Cross urges Austria-Hungary and our nation to accept exchange of prisoners. That's gonna cost me quite a lot of money. I don't have any unrest, so that's a lot of money for not a lot of gain. I think we just do not negotiate with Austria-Hungary. They also replace their admiral. France has joined the war on my side. Romania allied with Germany. The Soviet Union has conquered Kamchatka, which I think used to be theirs, but I think it rebelled. There we go, we got some convoy battles. That's what I like to see. How's this going now? Yeah, you're not getting that, Austria. I don't think you're gonna be getting these either. 3%? Yeah. Shouldn't France be joining on my side? I think they should. Let's see what we got here. Partenope of the Regina class, protecting 4 transports from a Graz class heavy cruiser. Should be even, yeah, it's the same class we fought last time, but this time we are protecting 4 transports. All right. It is morning. Cloudy weather. Not that this matters when I only have a single ship. Let's go find the enemy. They're probably gonna outspot me. Again, really weak spotting range from the main towers being a weakness of early Italian ships. There we go, the enemy has been spotted. At quite close range. My main gun range is 14.8. I'm gonna start off with AP. I want to get some flooding. There we go. And if possible, I want to stay out of their main gun range. At least I'm drawing them away from the transports, which is good. Here we go. Thanks to the flooding, they can now not catch up to me. I'm not hitting much though at this range. There we go. It's a pretty substantial hit also. So I can slow down. Gain some of that cruise speed. Now, if they do end up spotting my transports and firing upon them, I need to get in closer and sink this ship quickly. But for now, this is working out. Let's bring that A turret into the fight. Okay. Let's get in and sink them before they take out the transports. I could probably survive losing 4 transports, but it would just... it wouldn't seem right. There you go, my guns are now loading HE. Once I get closer, I'm gonna force AP and go through their belts. I think I remember I'm... Oh, there we go. Torpedo explosion. I think I remember at 7 kilometers I can go through the belts. Try that. There we go, floodings. More flooding. Ouch, that hurt. Yeah, I can pen them, but they can now also pen me. So blowing holes in my ship. That's my job. I'm presenting a rather flat angle though, so just not really making it harder for them. And they are now kiting away. So the tables have turned. This is not really good. Also, the damage I've taken is flooding. The fore and aft belts have been penetrated. The main belt is pretty much holding. Range of 9.5. Still not been identified. Would have liked to just kite away with them a little bit longer, but they were starting to target my transports. So I had to go in. Ouch. Let's see if I can go through the the aft belt. The aft belt is pretty thin. Yeah, go back to AP. If I can pen this... Oh yeah, the aft belt is only covering this tiny area here. Because the aftermost turret is so far back. You were, yeah, heavy shells. (7,500 meters), they can pen 8.2 inches of armor. I got 9 inches of main belt. Wow, they can go through that at 5,000. They have got 7.7. Don't really have much of a pen advantage. And they're going to be doing much more damage when they pen. We're about to exit their range though. Could end it here, but those are really heavily armored turrets too. If this had been my heavy cruiser class with the 11-inch guns, I think things would be easier. Let's slow down a little bit. We're going at 11.9 knots. Don't think, yeah, if I try to show a little bit more broadside, I'm gonna get angle issues with my guns. Yeah, there we go. So they have to be firing at an angle to the rear or front. I think I found a good angle. Only I would be able to score some hits. There we go. Yeah, I can actually go through the aft belt with my HE. Very slim chance, but at least I'm gonna be doing some damage if I hit anywhere else. Very tough ship to take out. We've done it before, but then I had more time to whittle them down before going in and going through their main belt. This time I was prompted into action by them engaging my transports. Oh, there we go. Good flooding hit on the aft belt. Exactly what I was after. Is that gonna be enough to sink them? I'm holding steady at 6% flooding. Sadly, my ship is now taking too much flooding for me to dare going in close and dealing with them. Because there are only some angles that my guns can fire at because of the ship is heeled over. Just a little bit more flooding now. Come on, you can do this. Come on, just one more tiny flooding hit. I'm actually losing the cruise speed bonus because I'm going too slow. If I'm going any faster, I'm going to be running away from them. And if I run at a parallel angle, I will not be able to fire. But we got it done. and Maria Theresa Königin, Kaiserin und Königin Maria Theresa, went down. 7,000 victory points. Pretty nice. And the convoy got away undamaged. Only light damage on my cruiser. Of course, flooding damage is not permanent. It gets automatically fixed after the battle. Here we go. San Antonio, accompanied by 2 light cruisers, going up against, what's this, Schwarzenberg class battlecruiser. We're once again protecting our convoy. 6 transport ships. If we would be able to sink those 2 battlecruisers, they're only worth half of what the San Antonio is worth. They are a tiny bit slower, 3 knots slower. They only got 10-inch guns. So in theory I have an advantage. But still, there are 2 of them. I'm not sure how useful my light cruisers are going to be. Maybe if I can damage the battlecruisers enough early on using the San Antonio, I can then bring my my light cruisers in close and finish them off with torpedoes. We're just gonna follow the San Antonio for now. Do I have RDF on this ship yet? I might not. The light cruisers have been upgraded with RDF, so that tells me where the enemy is. They're gonna be coming for my my transports though, which are very slowly trying to turn away. Again, I might not have the luxury to whittle them down at a distance if they're going straight for the transports. And they're coming from here. Not spotted yet. Almost tempted out of habit to send my light cruisers out to scout, but they've got so terrible tower spotting they wouldn't be able to see the enemy ships before they're well inside of the enemy main gun range. Let's see. Clear weather, plus 50% accuracy. I don't think I've seen that good of a plus accuracy number before. Well, that could be useful if I'm able to outrange the enemy. They outspot me at least. There, I spotted them. 22 kilometers. Let's see. What's the enemy main gun range? 15.6. Okay. That's a comfortable envelope of a range advantage. AP. Get some of that flooding going. Target fast speed. They're only going 26 knots. There we are inside of their range. It's not ideal. Let's turn and sail parallel. Preferably just outside of their main gun range. And they're going straight for the convoy. Yeah, I may just need my light cruisers to do something daring right about now. Ricochet. Enemy ships are still focusing my my battlecruisers. 8.5 kilometer torpedo range. Smoke up. My torpedoes are very slow though, so just because I have the range, might not actually have the range, because they have to lead the target. Oh, I do launch from both of them. Can I get torpedoes out from the other side? Out of smoke. Let's send these home. Or at least away from the enemy ships. So far, very unimpressive damage inflicted on the enemy ships. No solid main gun hits, no torpedo hits. But at least they're not going towards my my transports anymore. There we go. That was a good hit. That's half your health gone. Once their smoke is ready again, I'm going to try again with the light cruisers. Can't you just score some flooding on that damaged ship, Mr. San Antonio? .1 kilometers. Fine. Both of you. Even though the smoke isn't ready yet. There we go. And they are not launching. Why are you not launching? There we go, getting some flooding hits actually with the 7-inch guns of all things. Not really expected, but welcome nonetheless. But we receive some flooding in return, and that's not a good thing. Yeah, it's the 3-inch guns cooking off. Can you just get your torpedoes in the water, Bixio? Is that aft or bow? There we go. Torpedoes. Bow launcher. Okay. Good to know. You're just gonna turn your torpedoes off and go home. San Antonio, I kind of need you in action here. Am I gonna hit something with those torpedoes? No, I don't think so. This one here would have hit, but it detonated in the water. Oh, and it would have hit if it hadn't detonated. There we go, Pola. It's been identified. Let's take a look what we're up against. Okay, that's a 7.5-inch turret. Main belt, 6.4 inches. We can pen that. We can pen that. 2.6 main deck. For an aft belt, 2.4. Aft belt not covering much. It's already been penetrated by 7-inch fire. Multiple expansion engine. Alright. Let's drop you down to cruising speed, give you a better chance of actually scoring hits. Now that I know you can penetrate that main belt. 6.5, yeah, you can pen that at any range. And these 10-inch guns can in theory not go through my main belt. 14 inches. That doesn't mean they can't do damage. They can still go through the fore and aft belts and the superstructure armor. Bring the intact light cruiser back. There we go. That's what I was after. Angle away a little bit. And I think that's the end of the Pola. Drache next. Very good hits. Both enemy battlecruisers now with engines out and heavily flooding. Gonna have the San Antonio finish off the Drache. While Nino Bixio comes back to deal with the Pola. Gonna have a hard time dodging torpedoes if she's flooding and has 2 engines out. Aggressive launch on. Maybe I can even get a torpedo off from my bow launcher. Or maybe not. There we go, torpedoes are in the water. And as we turn around, gonna try and get some on her sister as well. Maybe not. Underwater launchers are just kind of restrictive. No torpedo hits though, again. So I may just have damaged my cruiser for nothing. The convoy is safe, at least. In terms of actual damage taken, it's not that serious for either of my cruisers. But I think it's time to maybe design some new light cruisers. Auto. Although the Pola has also not taken that much actual serious damage. At max range I can actually go through their main deck. What kind of foredeck? Half deck is very heavy, foredeck is almost as heavy as the main deck. I think my light cruisers can get away. There we go, more flooding. On Drache, I think we're gonna sink it. Sadly, I'm almost out of AP ammunition. I'm gonna switch to HE now, while the angle is not the greatest. Penetrated something with HE. What kind of HE penetration do I even have at 12 kilometers? 4.3. Yeah, I can get superstructure pens with HE at this range. At least the transports are safe. They're not taking any more flooding. Man, I thought I had them when I brought that light cruiser in. Doing some damage, it's just not really good enough. I say, and do that, which is pretty good. Yeah, I can get 4.5 belt pence with HE. At very close range, even main belt pence. 6.4. 6.5 at 1,000 meters, but I don't think I want to get that close. There you go, an AP salvo going out. And that should be the end of that, so we're gonna switch targets. Not wanting to waste my my AP. I thought that would be the end of it. Now, yeah, range found bonus is on. I used my HE shells to find the range, so I wouldn't waste the AP. Quite clever, if I may say so. There we go. Ammo detonation, more flooding. And Pola goes down, only Drache left. Use HE to find the range. Range found is on. And flooding. And that should be the end. Yep, that was it. So the light cruisers proved quite useless in this case. Didn't really do what I hoped they would do. Well, to be fair, they did score some penetrating hits with their 7-inch guns, which was enough to slow them down a little bit, make them easier to hit for the San Antonio. So, not completely useless, but the torpedo attacks, complete failure. But yeah, 2 dead enemy battlecruisers. I will take that for some slight damage to my own battlecruiser. Perla will be repaired next month, as will the San Antonio. And it's only 1 month for each of these 2 light cruisers, so that's pretty nice. This one is going to take 3 months, 2 months. Fair enough. It would be nice if my army would actually march across and try to take Austria or Slovenia. I think that would work. Let's see, we're a little bit over shipbuilding capacity. Only building one for Canada at the moment, but it's the repairs to my own ships that are taking up the shipyard space. Luckily, most of it is only 1 month repairs, so we should get back under by next month. Maybe I can move these two DDs into Bari, and if I'm lucky, they may be able to get ambush missions on enemy battleships, and I think that might actually work out. Typically it doesn't end well for the DDs in an ambush mission, but against something as slow as a 15-knot Austrian battleship, we might just have a chance, depending on weather. 4 transports lost. Greece is bringing more of its territory back under their own control from the Ottoman Empire. That is good. France will take Togoland from Austria-Hungary. The Soviet Union has also launched an invasion of Galicia, which is gonna rob the Austrians of their oil. So this is pretty nice. Another convoy battle. This time we are attacking one single battleship, Niederalteich. Very slow. I don't have any battlecruisers or battleships of my own, but I got a heavy cruiser, 2 lights, and 3 DDs. This could work. Potentially. Depending on how the DDs perform. So it was kind of what I was after with moving those DDs into Bari. There's the enemy battleship. Let's form our formation. Your 11-inch guns have 18.9 kilometer range. Now what is the range of the enemy battleship guns? 20. So we do not outrange the battleship. What I'm hoping for is my DDs to be able to get close enough. There's a cloudy weather, so they might be able to get quite close. We got a 7 kilometer torpedo range, which is not great. In fact, the torpedoes on the cruisers are better at 8.5. Yeah, we're just gonna try and go for it. I just realized haven't done a thumbnail. Can do one with the DDs. Actually, let's do one with the light cruisers, because they were in the previous battle too. And they deserve to be on a thumbnail before being retired. Honestly, I don't think this class has a very long service life in its future. They're 25 kilometers out. It was my cruiser that spotted them. They have not yet spotted me. They're coming closer. Which is good. They spotted my cruisers, the light cruisers. My heavy cruiser is not in range, and they now also spotted my DDs. They now lost sight of my DDs, thanks to the torpedo smoke, the DD smoke, torpedo smoke, and torpedoes don't smoke. DDs have now been spotted through the smoke, but we are in torpedo range. Francesco Stocco has dumped torpedoes. Giordano Orsini, Garibaldino, they all dropped. Now, all of you detach. And sail away, not in like following each other. Torpedo hit. Ooh, that is not good. That is, I think, the end of Guisano. She got her torpedoes off. More torpedo hits. Guisano goes down. Nino Bixio also dumping her torpedoes. Turning away. Sadly, these torpedoes are gonna miss. And Nino Bixio has almost no torpedoes left because well, I think they got damaged. Now, my DDs, the ones that survived, here they are. They are all in good order. Well, let's see, Division 4. Well, okay, that's not the way I wanted them to join up, but fine. We can bring them in for another attack to finish off this battleship. Can Nino Bixio get away with her life intact? And we've also spotted the convoy. So far this has cost me one light cruiser. But if we can sink this battleship, very much worth it. Secondaries on transports. Load AP on the main guns. Not sure if we're gonna pen anything. Go auto. Let's see. Oh, actually scored a flooding hit. Will that be enough to sink the battleship? Let's also bring you a little bit closer into the convoy. So those 4-inch guns can open up. Let's see, can we score some more torpedo hits? All torpedoes are away. Dud torpedo. Is she gonna avoid all of those torpedoes? No. Not all of them. One hit was live and that was enough. Niederalteich is down. I think that is the second Austrian battleship we've sunk so far in this campaign. Now let's kill the transports. Yeah, loss of a light cruiser aside, this went about as well as it could go. Almost no damage taken to my DDs. That's quite something. Just gonna sail down the line for transports, knocking them out one after another. Yeah, DDs are not bad at this. Even if it's better to manually select their targets, or they're just gonna go for the lead ship, which is the furthest one away. And just one left. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, loss of one light cruiser, but they've not really not been working out for me, those Guisano class cruisers. That was the lead ship too. And that was March of 1917. Could have been more battles, but I just don't have enough operational ships. Most of them are being repaired. But we got some ships coming into service. Only 2 months for the Donzella class to be finished. Although they're also going to be gonna have to commission, which is going to take, what, 3 months? Both of my battlecruisers are ready. Ready to roll. With San Antonio now having a veteran crew. I want to send these out. They're going to harass some battleships. Let's see, 22%. The invasion of Hungary. Yeah, the Soviets are going to take this long before the Austro-Hungarians take anything from me, which is nice. So my plan with the war against Austria, strategically speaking, I want to bring them into an inch of dissolving, then get a peace treaty, then take some of their ships, because apparently you can now refit prize ships. So I think taking some of those very tough battleships they have and just making them better, that's going to give me some ships that will fill a niche that I just cannot fill with the ships I build myself, because the Italian hulls just do not have the same resistance stats as the Austrian hulls. So just taking some Austrian ships and completely rebuilding them, if possible, would be beneficial. And then I'm just hoping the Soviets are going to finish off the Austrians and they're going to dissolve, because late campaign Austria-Hungary is a really tough nut to crack, because the only coastline they have is Croatia, and it's almost impossible to naval invade, at least later on when their GDP gets higher, because you're gonna need like insane amounts of tonnage to do it. So that's why I want them out of the campaign as soon as possible. But also I want to get something for it, so I want to get a peace treaty before they dissolve. But yeah, that's this episode pretty much done with. 8 months before we get the Mark II 16-inch guns. And then hopefully we're gonna get Mark III 14s in the not too distant future. Let's see, are we getting cruisers? Advanced battlecruiser 3, yeah, but no new hull. Experimental armored cruiser, what do you look like? Experimental armored cruiser, let's see. Experimental armored cruiser. I can't see it. Maybe that's just not a hull I have access to. We get the large armored cruiser. It could be pretty nice to build something on. Yeah, I don't think we have any new armored cruiser hulls. So I think the experimental armored cruiser is just not a ship that Italy has. It's weird that it showed up as a new hull, because typically it doesn't. Yeah, typically when when your nation doesn't have the hull that you're researching like this, it just doesn't say you have a hull like that. Oh, obsolete hulls. Oh, darn it. I'm just dumb. It's just a hull that went obsolete. I didn't get a new hull. I obsoleted a hull. But light cruisers, though, we did get one not that long ago, the scout cruiser. So that's going to be the basis of the next light cruiser class. But first, I'm hoping we can get double turrets on cruisers, on light cruisers. Because that's basically just going to make any new light cruiser actually usable. So getting turbo electric drive in 29 months only. Stereoscopic 4, 97 months. That's a lot of years into the future. So yeah, it's probably going to be around 1930 when we get radar 1. Mark 4 5-inch guns, 14 months. It's also going to be useful. But yeah, that's it for now. Goodbye, and take care.